Hello. In this video, I will cover what is non-reactive and what is the meaning of non-reactive and what is the meaning of reactive. So let's get started. First, we see what is the meaning of non-reactive. Non-reactive means no users interactions. What mean by that? Let's suppose you go to the shop for purchasing the clothes. You just order the ready-made clothes. You didn't order any customized clothes, so that is the example of non-reactive. Let's take another example. Let's suppose a boy is going to drink the juice shop, and he just go to the shop and just order the juice. That's it. So when what happens then, juice maker, a lady, he take a container, empty glass for storing the juice. Then she put the empty glass in the machine, and you finally got the juice. Similarly, let's suppose that so you don't do any interactions mean clicking the mouse, but you just sending the request URL. And what happens that to the server, it sends the request to the server. First it create a container to store the object. You can do by writing the output dollar sign. I'm using here hist because I want to store the histogram. Then he finally make the object for you. This is the histogram, and you finally got the histogram. I show you in the R Studio. So this is the code. This is the user interface I discussed in the previous video, and this is the server code. So as you can see that I am not any writing here input, so that's why it does not reactive by default. When I run this, I just run it. I got the histogram of random number 50. But suppose I want to interact, like I want to histogram of 30 number. So as you can see that there is a no reactive. So if I want to histogram for 70 number, it does not do anything. So that is the meaning of non-reactive. Now let's come to reactive. What is the meaning of reactive? Reactive means user interaction. Let's suppose that a boy is he customize his order. He says that I want a juice with one ice and 1/4 of sugar. So what happens then? Juice maker first it create a empty glass for storing the juice. Then he he may she make the juice according to the user's requirement. So like that reactive is work. In coding, let's see. Let's suppose that user want to a histogram of 30 random number. So he give the input to the slider, then it gives the request to the server. Then what happens that first server take a container to store the object. Here object is histogram, and the another is he server make a object. How server make a object? By render function. So render plot. Then he finally make the object according to the user's input, and he make the object and return to you. You just need to type input and dollar sign the variable name. It Shiny package automatically do reactive for you. Don't need to write extra code. Let's see how it works. So whenever any user or you give the input ID, you put the variable name. So I am giving here the num variable. Whenever you put the input to the num variable, what it do, it sends the request to the server. Then server responds to the browser. You again give the request to the server, then server responds to the browser. So like that reactive is working. So this is my R Studio, and I write a input dollar num variable. Why I am writing here num? Because my variable name is num. That's why I write here num. So you just need to type input dollar sign the variable input id. Shiny package automatically become reactive. You don't need to write extra code. So when I run this app, so now I want a histogram of 30 random number. So as you can see that it will give you the result of a 30 random number. Let's suppose I want a histogram of 70 random number. So it will give you the result. So like that reactive is work. To know more option about layout and input element and output element, you need to come here, shiny.rstudio.com reference shiny. So you can see that here there are many options of UI layout, and this is the input element, and this is the output element. And when you require to build any, this is for writing custom your css or html. So this is the render function. It build the R object. So there are lots of function you can find. Render plot is for making the plot, and you want to display the display text to the user. There is a function available, render text, render print. You render data table, you want to display the image. So there are lots of things there. Learn the function whenever you require. You just need to know what is the functionality of the function. That's it. Thank you to see my videos.